Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this now works. We're having some technical difficulties with the last recording. Nothing seemed to be jiving up quite right. So, went out, bought a new memory card. Higher speed one. So, let's see if this is going to make any difference. Just because it'd be nice to be able to do the recording in the 60 frames per second, because that's the problem. Pardon me. I've done all my recording so far in only 30 frames per second. And I figured, well, let's try the 60, because it really does look significantly better. And it'd be a shame if it won't be able to be recorded in that. Again, there's not that many people that it would really notice or make that big of a deal. But it does to me. Because after you start seeing some footage in 60 frames per second, it looks really good. Hell, if you see some stuff in 4K, now that is something to be seen. Like, that's pretty much TV and movie quality. And that's something else. Not many people are recording it that high because, well, TVs and monitors, they haven't quite caught up to that yet. And not to mention, those are very expensive. So that's why you don't see that being done yet. Now, we're not quite sure if that's going to take off or if it's going to be another bust, or who knows. But either way, I still wouldn't mind being able to record this in the 60 frames. What the fuck kind of vehicle is that? That just looked retarded. Never seen that kind before. So I guess we'll see. I really hope this works. I really do. But if it doesn't, well, I'm not going to be tremendously brokenhearted. I'll be disappointed. But that's kind of the way it is. I finally got the audio thing worked out. That's so much better. I was nervous about that because the first couple recordings you couldn't hear the sound of the bike, which you need to have that. You just do. Like, without the sound of the bike, it's just not right. Too quiet, too impersonal. I understand it's not going to be coming through super well right now, but that's just because of the mic setup that I have. Which a lot of people that are doing this, they have their GoPro camera, or they'll have the drifts. Those are the two main ones. I run the GoPro, and I'm also using the Sena GoPro backpack. So this way it's all wireless, it's all through Bluetooth, no little connections or anything like that. Now that's where you'll notice the difference in some people's recordings because they'll be using the different style of microphones, and some microphones let in more ambient noise. Whereas the Sena and GoPro one, their microphones are amazing. Like it's just stellar recording, but it does lop off a lot of the outside noise. Now there is a setting on the GoPro or on the Sena backpack to switch it so that you can have the exterior microphones turned on to catch ambient noise. I tried that, and man, does that ever bite, because there is so much wind noise. It's just stupid. It's just not even worth it. I don't even know why they decided to do that, because it makes the audio unusable.
Put an 18-inch rise on mine. That's got to be too hard on the arms on the highway.
Actually, it's not too bad. No, it.
Higher than my shoulders. There's a friend of mine, I think he put 24 or 20.
Yeah, these are 18s. Yeah, yeah. It looks bigger, but no, only 18s. So, you know, he was saying that he had put 18-inch ape hangers on his bike, and it was too hard on his shoulders and stuff like that. And he was asking me what it was like on the highway, and I said, no, it's just fine. I don't mind it one bit. You just act like a little bit more of a sail. Like I catch more wind, so it's a little bit more fatiguing, but it's not that bad. Not to mention, if I was going to go onto the highway and do like any real highway trip, but then I've got a windshield that I put on, and it has little leg fairings down below to cut down the wind resistance on my legs. Again, I just don't have it on right now because I don't like the look of it for in the city. Whereas on the highway, well, I don't really care too much because it is on the highway. And not to mention, it cuts down on bugs and road debris, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, I just don't care for it. Now, if I had a true bagger style bike that has a nice big fairing, then that'd be a different story. Because I was looking into getting one of those, like a fairing put on, but because of the handlebars and with the angle that they're at, I figured that it would hit the fairing, which is too bad. Because I wouldn't mind having the fairing. I think it just looks kind of cool. You get a little mini windshield put on there. Have it painted to match the rest of the creamsicle. I don't know. I think they look kind of cool. Again, it also helps for wind reduction and bugs and debris and all that other kind of good stuff. Don't do it. What the fuck? What the fuck? See? Fucking idiots. And this is why I have this. Now, once again, you probably didn't look that bad, because the one thing that you can't realize is the camera doesn't matter what camera, whether it be GoPro or Drift, they all have kind of like a fisheye style lens. Therefore the depth on the lens is kind of skewed. Whereas something may look miles down the road, like this Lexus for example, it's probably looking a couple car lengths down and it's only about 6 feet away from me. So that in itself, that's why the recording aspect isn't really true. Mainly just because of the depth factor. And I hope I didn't fucking yell into the mic too loud. But Jesus, woman. Like, she wasn't even looking this direction. She was full on looking the other way. Didn't even care. There could have been a car, a truck. It wouldn't have mattered. She would never have seen it. Because she wasn't even looking. And that's really sad because that's how people like myself end up dying. People like her just not paying attention.